Now, Ford of Britain's Executive Director of Business Transformation, Dr. Graham Hoare OBE. Graham, thank you for joining us. And actually, let's stick with electrification and the implications of it, because we know that the government's stated plan is to end the sale of new internal combustion engine vehicles by 2035. For you, as a company, how significant a challenge is that? How close are you to thinking about meeting it?
Well, firstly, Justin, thank you for that introduction. And I think it's one of the biggest challenges we will face, recognising we're emerging now only now from COVID. It's a challenge we all need to rise to immediately. The scale of it is phenomenal, and it needs a clear and consistent pathway to bring that change about. There is no silver bullet. There is an electrification pathway, but there is no single solution within electrification that caters for the bandwidth of vehicles that exist on the roads of Britain today, both cars and commercial vehicles. So we need to think through very carefully our game plan as an industry in partnership with government, and we need to learn the lessons that we know exist from other nations. And I speak specifically of Norway. The Norway experience over a 30-year consistent period since 1990 has seen significant activities to build confidence with customers, to create infrastructure, and to support customer decisions, purchase decisions, that ultimately have enabled that economy to fully adopt electrification. And plug-ins and full electric vehicles now are about 70% of the marketplace. But really, it's taken 30 years along that journey, and it's that consistency of purpose that has been so essential in their experience. So really, for me, what we need to do is unite together and create that consistency of purpose, a consistency between government, industry, customers and energy providers, and together then ultimately embrace that challenge.
But are you saying, do I hear you say, do we all hear you say in that answer, actually those things are not there yet?
Absolutely, Justin. I think the embryonics of all of those components are in our grasp. But it takes that unity, that coming together to synchronise all of our activities that ultimately will be necessary if we're to rise to the challenge. It's going to take a broad range of incentives, and working with government to put those incentives in place, both at the point of sale, but also, and probably more importantly, during the usage of the vehicle. So these vehicles become attractive, they become differentiated. And so to support the government's ambition of a time frame of zero emissions around 2035, we've got to think very carefully about a long-range programme of incentivisation, and very much setting goals that we can deliver in the short term that ultimately will allow the long term to exist. Those measures mean that there is no, as I say, silver bullet technology. These electrification technologies are very expensive compared to internal combustion engines, and therefore we need to take our customers on a journey in parallel to building the infrastructure that's necessary to make those products usable and effective in the hands of consumers. So together we need to forge this pathway and use all of the technologies in our grasp: modular hybrids, full hybrids, battery electric vehicles and plug-ins to get there.
A question from someone watching and listening, Bradley York-Biggs of IDE UK. How important, he asks, is the UK government's investment in supporting the development of new capabilities in areas such as digitalisation to Ford onshoring more work from other Ford global enterprises?
It's a great question, Bradley, and thank you for thinking that through. Very much digitalisation is at the cornerstone of what we're now looking to do in the UK, and the UK is a digital hub for Ford in product development. So we're doing a number of projects, including the Future Transit is developed using new digital tools that we're developing in Ford and in partnership with the UK government. So very much looking to use all of those technologies to get a head start and create products quicker, more efficiently, and obviously more affordably, because we've got about £11 billion worth of expenditure over the next few years on electrification, and we need to spread that money wisely over the broadest range of products and also with our partners. So digitisation is very important for our business, and we're fully engaged in realising those potentials.
Graham, thank you very much. Real pleasure to talk to you. Thank you for sticking with us and being so open and so blunt, if I can put it like that, about what is needed in the future.